developments to tell you about in the killing of a Hazel Park mother and child. The man arrested and charged with the crime, turns out it's the woman's own brother. Good evening, everybody. I'm Root Raj.
And I'm Jessica Dupnack. LaDamian Hill is facing 2 counts of first-degree murder in the Labor Day murder. Fox 2's Scott Wolchek is live with the very latest. And Scott, it sounds like you're following some breaking situations out there.
That's true, Jessica. They just pulled up with a vehicle to transport him to Oakland County. And no, that's not him, but that is somebody else. But yes, there he is right there walking over here.
That's right.
LaDamian, why? We want to know why.
Back up.
Do you have any
Back up.
family?
Back up, yes.
Do you have anything to say?
Anything to say to your family?
Do you have anything to say?
Anything to say? They want to know why.
Your family says they're confused.
And so that's the big question on everybody's mind, is why this may have happened, right? So this man is the brother to Linda Hill, the uncle to young Cardi Jackson. Remember, this is a brutal murder where these two had their throats slit. Now, we did talk to the family, and that was the #1 thing that they were wondering about, is why could this have happened? Because we learned today that this is a man who is the father of 7 different children, and some of those kids were in court. They said this is not like their dad at all. Totally confused. Their big question is why? Because they're hurt. Take a listen.
They're confused as to why.
We never saw it coming. Now, it's a possibility that they say he was on some kind of drug, right? I didn't know he was on drugs, but it's a possibility that he was on some kind of drugs, because it's hard to fathom why he would, he would hug his sister. He would always come in the house and say, "Where's folk at?"
What was it like seeing him in court today?
Different, because it's not him. That's not how he act. He couldn't make eye contact. He wasn't himself. This is his mama. How you come look at your mama and say nothing?
You're just traumatized, right? So the very next day and the days after that, you start feeling the effects of it. So right now, I know I'm numb. I haven't been myself in the last couple of days, but it's gonna be okay.
And you heard that right there. That was the uncle of Linda Hill saying that the family is numb, but they're going to be okay. He's using his faith to help him get through this difficult situation. Now, the judge denied Hill's bond today. We did learn he has a very extensive criminal history, including drugs, assault, a whole lot of different things. Now, his family said that he was nothing like that at home. He loved his sister, so they're totally baffled by this. One big thing that came out in court as well, when the detectives were talking, they said that after LaDamian left the house, he returned later on when the family was there after the crime scene had been cleaned up, and then he apologized to the family, and then investigators claim he climbed into Linda's bed and laid there naked for about 5 to 15 minutes, and then he left and went up to that house in Pontiac where he was later arrested. So a lot of pretty wild details here and a lot to process. So for now, his bond is denied. Next court date going to be September 16th. Of course, we're going to keep you updated with the very latest. For now, reporting live, Hazel Park, Scott Wolchek, Fox 2 News.
And Scott, it's so rare, you know this, that we get to see what is so-called perp walk in this situation. It speaks to just how this situation, this awful crime, has really gripped this family, but all of us.
It certainly has, because, this was one of those things where Linda and Cardi were definitely loved. We've heard from the city, we've heard from the school district, we've heard from their loved ones, and then you have this family, right, who they loved these two as well. But it sounds a lot like, after talking to them today, that they also loved LaDamian. So they're very confused, very hurt, and the big question, and we didn't get it answered there, but we certainly asked it, is why?
Thank you so much, Scott.